Let's talk about how to build a successful career as a law firm salesperson. Now, you're probably wondering, what is a law firm salesperson? I can't tell you how many salespeople I've worked with that started by saying, I honestly didn't even know a law firm salesperson was an actual role. And it's completely understandable why. Law firms invest this much time, money, and resources to become great attorneys. And law school doesn't teach them anything about business, anything about sales. And they invest this much time, money, and resources in becoming great small business owners. And it's because many attorneys were never taught the business principles and different philosophy behind what a law firm was. And because of that, the idea of hiring a salesperson, although seems so straightforward and basically a fundamental role for just about any business out there, was such a foreign concept for law firms. If you add on top of that, for so long in the legal industry, non-attorney, whether it's salespeople or just staff in a law firm, cannot give legal advice. And so for almost all of the time law firms have existed, an initial consultation was looked at by the attorney as the place to give legal advice and to consult the client. Well, we moved the line in which that happens. So what we're suggesting is the role of the initial consultation is to turn the prospect into a paying client so that we can help the prospect. And it should be followed by an attorney meeting or an attorney onboarding post-consultation. So coming back to you as someone that's looking to potentially build a career as a law firm closer, how do you do it? Although closing is closing, it is a bit nuanced in the legal industry because there are some ethical compliance standards that have to be met when you're conducting a legal consultation. So it's starting to learn how to adequately conduct an initial consultation for a law firm. But to put yourself in the best position, you have to recognize that this isn't just one of your SaaS or tech or even real estate kind of laid back closing roles. This is a professional sales role, which means you're stepping into a world of professionals where the attire might be a little bit different. The requirements for your sound, your video, your backdrop, all of that stuff may be a little bit stepped up a notch from maybe certain closing roles you've done in the past. And that's because you're stepping into the world of professional sales. When it comes to building a successful career, we help out both with the law firm and the salespeople. Law firms trust us and our proven structure and script to get deals closed. What does that mean? Using our proven structure and script, law firms are able to convert 60 to 80% of their prospects into paying clients. Now, some of you as a salesperson might have heard that and just thought 60 to 80%. That's an astronomical number. And then others of you might think, oh no, that's about the close rate range I'm in right now. And it probably depends on what type of closing role you're in and what type of leads you're actually managing. But because of that, and because they trust in our system and our structure, before they go and actually bring a non-attorney salesperson in, they want to know that non-attorney salesperson is capable of learning that script and that structure and how to ethically and compliantly conduct a legal consultation. So for you as a salesperson, that's what we do. We give you the training you need to be able to do that, to be eligible to be placed in a law firm. And by the way, if that's of interest to you, the link down in the description below on School, the platform School, I've got a whole intro to legal closing free course that you can join in a community of all these salespeople. And if it's seriously a role you're interested in, you can continue to let us know in the community and we'll help prepare you for the next step of that placement in a law firm. Once you've demonstrated that you can actually learn the script and structure and you can deliver it well, now it becomes making sure you step into a law firm, we connect you, you've got all of the soft skills that are required, you've got all of the key details like stable internet, you've got good mic, you've got good backdrop, good video, you've got all the key details that are needed as a law firm salesperson. Now it's being able to adequately step into the role. And what that means is understanding you're going to be running initial consultations. Now, here's the beautiful thing about legal sales. You're not prospecting or having to set your own appointments. So how the legal sales process works is leads come in, you have a setter that runs intake, and that setter builds the initial relationship and sets an appointment for you as the closer. That setter's responsibility is also to get them to show up to the appointment at the highest rate possible. And then for you as the law firm closer, you are quite literally running just qualified sales consultations every day. So this role is great if you do really love sales and you love running consultations and you love the art of closing a deal. Because in the past, you might have been in roles where a prospect was evaluating if the service that you offer was necessary, if you're the right type of programmer, if they're evaluating a bunch, if they really even need what you do. Well, the difference here is that the prospects you're meeting with are people who are in a very difficult time in most cases in their life, whether they're drowning in financial debt and they need bankruptcy, whether they just got arrested and they need a criminal defense attorney, or trying to prevent a future difficult time in their life, which would be like estate planning. They're trying to set up a trust for their family so that way when that inevitable day comes and they pass away, their family doesn't have to go through the probate process. These are the type of law firms we're dealing with, people who are very problem aware and pain aware, and it's less about if they're going to hire a law firm to help them. Although that happens with the percentage, it's more about who are they going to hire. And as long as you're running that proven script and that structure, you're going to be able to take 60 to 80% of those prospects and turn them into paying clients. But here's the good news about this role. After every sale, you get to feel good about what you did. You're doing work that matters. You are taking people that are in a very difficult time in their life, connecting them to the stage to be able to move behind this difficult time and putting them on a pathway to a more desirable point in their life to get out of the current hell, quite honestly, that they're experiencing. So every time you close a deal in this role, you get to feel good about what you just did in helping that person. So when it comes to being able to help prepare yourself to step into the legal sales role in the legal sales industry, first and foremost is make sure those soft skills are met. Second, and this isn't a plug for us, it's just we are the only one right now in the industry to do it, which is join the community, go through that intro to legal closing. If this is something you're interested in, let us know so that way we can help you then get equipped with the next step to demonstrate to the law firms that you're willing and able to memorize a structure script ethically and adequately conduct a legal consultation. Once that happens, the next step is then getting plugged in and set up and having an interview with a law firm. And then from there, it's carrying out your role as a non-attorney closer, which is maintaining a consistent close rate. Every practice area has a different base level close rate that's acceptable, but I would tell you most law firms, it's usually anywhere between 45 to 50% minimum close rate that's expected, which I promise you if you're following the script and structure, that is the minimum close rate. And then from there, it's being able to climb up and ultimately get to that 60 to 80% close rate range and making sure you're carrying yourself well, you're hitting your metrics and KPIs, you're doing the follow-up you need with the no buys that happen, you're making sure your admin tasks get done, like inputting notes and putting orders, setting out the agreements, and you're scheduling onboarding sessions, and just making sure you're a good team player. All of these law firms that we work with are very tight-knit teams. These aren't big law. So these aren't your 40 attorney firms. These aren't your really big law firms. These are traditionally small and solo firms that are looking to bring on maybe their first salesperson or add another salesperson to their team. And they're trying to continue to grow their firm, which leaves obviously expansion opportunities for you in that role. So if this helps, please drop a like down below, subscribe, as I've got a ton of legal sales content that I'm going to be producing and putting here on the channel to continue to show you not only what's possible, but how to carry out this role and what it looks like. And of course, make sure to hit that link down in the description below to pop over to the community of all the other non-attorney salespeople and learn more about what the role entails, what compensation looks like, all of that good stuff. I appreciate you watching. Let me know if you have any question below. Catch you on the next one.